One of the most important historic parks in Los Angeles is hidden in plain sight and sits on the former property of one of LA's most important and influential women that you've probably never heard of. Standing on Broadway across the street from Grand Central Market, turn left and head down the pathway past Macaroni Republic until you reach a dead end, then turn left. You've now arrived at Biddy Mason Memorial Park. This hidden sanctuary not only celebrates the remarkable journey of one of LA's most influential women, but also serves as a vibrant reminder of the power of resilience and the impact of leaving a lasting legacy. Bridget Biddy Mason's early years are incomplete. She was born into slavery either August 15, 1818 or 1824, in most likely Hancock County, Georgia. She would have been separated from her parents and sold multiple times before landing in the household of Robert Mays Smith around 1836, when she was roughly 18. It is possible she was given as a wedding present. They would move to Mississippi around 1841 and stay there until the Smiths became Mormons and decided to head west in the Great LDS Exodus of 1847. Biddy would have had 3 daughters at this point, and despite the Mormon faith disapproving of slavery, Smith had no intention of freeing Biddy or her children, and instead forced them to walk 900 miles from Illinois to Salt Lake City. She would have done that while they sat in their wagons, and she carried baby Harriet on her back. They would arrive in Salt Lake City in October of 1848, and Smith would continuously go against Brigham Young's advice to free his slaves. They would make their way to San Bernardino, California in 1851, and since California had entered the Union in 1850, and a state law specified that any enslaved individuals who entered the state were automatically freed, meant Biddy, her children, and Smith's other slaves were technically free. But he didn't tell them that and kept them enslaved illegally. Smith decided he wanted to move to Texas in 1855, and although unclear as to who filed for Biddy on behalf of herself, her children, and Smith's other slaves, as Black people could not file or testify in court due to the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, which made things very complicated, someone did help them file and take Smith to court. Biddy and her family were taken to the county jail for protection, and during the trial, Smith claimed they were his family and wanted to leave with him. Some people think it was possible he was the father of her 2 younger daughters, but it wasn't proven. Thankfully, the court ruled in their favor, claiming there was no way they could have freely chosen what they wanted, as they were not free. Biddy would move to Los Angeles, and it is here she would become one of the richest women in the country. She would become a prolific nurse and midwife, working for Dr. John Strother Griffin, and got paid $250 a day, which was quite a lot at the time. She would learn Spanish and serve both the Mexican, Black, and Anglo communities. She was so popular, it said that she even dined with Mayor Pio Pico. She would buy her first house and parcel of land in 1866, the very location of the park now dedicated to her. Despite never being taught to read or write, she would grow a real estate empire. She would sell land to other people in her community. An incredible act as redlining in Los Angeles was notorious. Beyond becoming an incredible businesswoman, amassing a fortune of over $300,000, roughly $6 million in today's money, she was deeply philanthropic. She took care of orphans, the sick, the homeless. She donated money to start an elementary school for Black children, and in 1872, she was a founding member of the First African Methodist Episcopal Church of Los Angeles. Her resilience, bravery, keen business mind, and kindness made early Los Angeles a better place. She's without doubt one of the most important pioneers of the city, who, unlike so many of her peers, did not discriminate against who she helped. She deserves far more than just this park, and it is a shame how few know about her. So I encourage you to visit this little hidden sanctuary on the former home of this incredible woman and to share her story so we can honor her legacy and keep her spirit alive for generations to come.